Can you hear me? Oh, but I can't hear you. I don't understand how that's working like that.
Testing. Hello, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Hello? Hello? Press 1 if you can hear me. Okay. Thank God. Guys, I'm so sorry. I apologize about the technical difficulties. I apologize. I don't know what was going on. Please forgive me. I got to bring Brother Complex, come back on. Guys, I apologize. I'm sorry about that. I don't know what was going on. Sorry about the technical difficulties, but everyone, thank you so much for joining. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Also, please visit dynastymir.com. Please visit dynastymir.com. And yes, Complex, do me a favor. Go ahead and can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Do me a favor, mute yourself because there might be an echo. This mic I'm using, yeah, just mute yourself for a second. Thank you. Appreciate it. Guys, hit that like button. Please share. Please subscribe. And thank you so much for being patient. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let me turn this light down a little bit. Again, guys, thank you so much for being patient with me. Thank you so much. Let's see here. Guys, make sure you go get the documentary. Hold on 1 second. Make sure you go and buy the In Search for Uhuru documentary. The Search for Uhuru documentary. Guys, I want to sell. Listen, thank you, Ayana. Hey, yeah, y'all stop hating on my microphone, okay? Y'all stop hating on my microphone. All right, guys, go to documentary.searchforuhuru.com, documentary.searchforuhuru.com, and please go and purchase the documentary, fam. I need everyone to buy the documentary. Or just go to searchforuhuru.com to make it simple. Go to searchforuhuru.com. But I need everybody to buy the documentary. If you're watching this, you need to go buy a documentary. I'm dead serious. You guys need to go buy. All right. Shout out to Lishama Giles, everyone. Hold on. Already purchased and watched, bro. Gonna watch it again. Yo, shout out to Lishama Giles, everyone, for the support. Thank you. Thank you so much for the support, brother. I need everyone to go and purchase the documentary, please. You know, listen, if I don't ask you guys for anything else, make sure you buy. Yes, Lou Gary, I'll buy the documentary if you promise to use parts of the funds to purchase the new documentary. Hold on, to purchase a new mic. I'm sorry. I'll buy the documentary if you promise to use parts of the funds to purchase a new mic. Listen, I actually have a new mic. Hold on, where's the box at? I actually got a nice new mic. I actually do. I actually have a new mic. It's right back there. I just got to plug it in. I have a new mic. And I'm going to use it. So yes, but I do want to get a new laptop. I do want to get a new laptop. So yes, when you buy the documentary, it will go towards a new laptop. But I have a brand new mic. I got one. It's right back. It's back there. I just got to plug it in. Nice new mic. But I do want to buy a new laptop, and I was waiting for the new laptop before I plugged in the new mic. You know, shout out to Yana. Thank you for the support, guys. And we had to tweak some things on a documentary, not the actual documentary, but I had to actually upload a smaller file so everyone could have a great viewing experience. Didn't take away from the quality. It's a beautiful shot documentary. Shout out to Yana. I know the new mic's not doing any good back there, bro. I know. I know. I'm gonna plug the new mic in. But anyways, guys, do me a favor. Support the documentary, guys. There's 100 of y'all in this chat room. If you have not bought a documentary, go to documentary.searchforahuru.com or go to search for Uhuru.com. Again, go to search for Uhuru. Delina, why you always, Delina, it's like you always having problems with the login. You have problem with the login for the tour, the downfall, and for this. I mean, come on. Come on, Sister Delina. Delina, we're gonna pray for you. In fact, Delina, hold on. We're gonna go ahead and pray for you right now, Delina. Hold on, give me a second. Give me a second, Delina. We're about to pray for you right now. We gotta pray for Delina. Hold on, give me a second. We're gonna pray for Delina and the login situation. Hold on one second, Delina. We got you, Delina. We're gonna pray for you, sister, because we love you. You know, we love you over here at Search for Uhuru. Because Delina is always having problems with a login. I don't know, Delina. Delina, I love you, but it's a user error. Everybody else has the problem. So, y'all, we're going to pray in the spirit of white Jesus for Delina that she figures out her login issues. Hold on, guys. Give me a second. We're about to pray for her right now. Give me a second. Hold on. Y'all, we praying for Delina right now as we speak. Hold on one second. Hold on, Delina. Delina, sister, this is for you. We praying for you in the name of white Jesus that your login situation gets corrected. Because it's always you, Delina, with the login problems. Nobody else but you, Delina. So hold on. We about to.
When I open the fridge, the deep freezer, there is meat, chicken, mixed pieces of chicken in the freezer. When I open the fridge, I am seeing a container, blue container. There is butter. There's butter there. And I'm also seeing there is also a brown container. Inside the brown container, there's soup, like the oil of fish.
Cooking oil, man of God.
Fish, I see fish. And I'm also seeing something like what it is, when I open this fridge, I'm also seeing three tomatoes, and one used onion. One
Yes, man of God. Yes.
Nature original.
I can make my own. On my own.
When I open the fridge,
Delina, we're not done with you yet, sister. We're not done with you yet.
Time we need a savior. Time is winding up, and there is so much to do. I must ask of you to step away. Sing the song when my Savior comes. Be ready, be ready, be ready. I love you, Lord, because you died on Calvary for you and me. The question is, will you be ready when my Savior comes? When it comes, oh God. You see, this is the part that I like. So loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son. And who shall ever believe, they shall not perish, but have everlasting life. I want to know, I must ask of you, you save away.
Delina, we're not done with you yet, Delina. We're not done with you yet. We having Wednesday night. Today, Wednesday night Bible study, Delina. Wednesday night Bible.
Round here, if it smell funny, onions getting peeled. Round here, if it smell funny, onions getting peeled. Round here, if it smell funny, get your onion.
Delina, we're not done. Today's Thursday? Oh, today's Thursday. My bad. Thursday night service. Delina, we're not done with you yet, Delina. This is the last one. We're going to make sure, Delina, in the name of white Jesus, that your login situation is fixed, Delina. We're going to make sure in the name of white Jesus that your login situation is fixed, Delina. We're going to pray for you. We're going to pray for you. Hold on. We ain't done with you yet, Delina. We're not done with you. Yeah, make sure you go buy the documentary, you guys. Make sure you go buy the documentary, everyone. Documentary.searchforahuru.com. Documentary.searchforahuru.com, guys. Go and buy the documentary, guys. Do me a favor, hit the like button. Hit that like button. Tour still rolling to Sierra Leone, November 20th through December 3rd. November 20th through December 3rd. We are still rolling to Sierra Leone. Luke Gary, thank you so much. Your purchase is going towards the new laptop. I don't know, the new laptop situation. There we go. The new laptop fund. That's where your purchase is going towards, the new laptop fund. So guys, again, buy the documentary.searchforhuru.com, or just go to searchforhuru.com. Listen, Delina, listen. So brother Luke Gary just purchased. He just purchased it. So again, we praying for Delina that her login situation is delivered, that she experiences deliverance, that her login and password setup situation is delivered in the name of white Jesus. Shalak, shalak, shalom, 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 shalom. In the name of white Jesus, we are praying for Delina and that she is delivered, that her login and password setup situation is delivered in the name of white Jesus. There we go, guys. We are also rolling to Sierra Leone, November 20th through December 3rd. November 20th through December 3rd. Come roll. Let's go to donfo.africa and also get your gear, ilamir.com. Without further ado, we got brother. Let me stop sharing this. There we go. We got brother Complex on with us today. And today we're talking about, let me bring him back on. We got brother Complex on with us today. And today we're going to be discussing, just the whole family court and child support system, on how brothers in Africa really don't have that issue, but we have it here in America. So brother Complex, go ahead and introduce yourself. I'm going to mute myself because sometimes there's a little echo. So you can unmute yourself and we'll just jump right into it.
What's going on, everybody? Peace and hotep and salam alaikum and every greetings you have. Step right in. So, child support, can it be weaponized? Is the question Dinah's asked. From what I've seen, I believe, I'm not going to say I believe. Here's the bigger question. Has anything else in U.S. law been weaponized? Has the Constitution been weaponized against Black folks? Have they had Jim Crow laws? Have they told you where you can go, what fountain you can drink from, what way you can think, what school book you can read from? Did they make it illegal for you to read? If they were able to do some of those things, then you're damn sure they can weaponize child support. Now, there are some who say they cannot, but they can. So, of course, this show, my name is Complex. Y'all seen me as Baba Fajumoni on another show. Y'all seen me as Mikael. It's fine. Those are my names. Today, I want to be Complex. Complex is more of my playful character, and I'm playing around with using the name Complex for hosting my own show coming up. So, thanks, Diane, for having me.
Hey, brother, is that your line name?
Yeah. Kappa Alpha Psi, yo to the Noops. I love Complex, man. It's a complex world, and I live in a complex city. So, without further ado, so as I said earlier, a lot of laws have been weaponized. So on the last show Dinah's had, what was that Dinah's called? Wakanda, the Black Panther 2 trailer was the last show that I was on with a bunch of great people, as well as you, great audience. And in that show, we discussed child support. And I guess, child support and Wakanda go together because it's kind of like, what kind of shit is this? Just saying. So, it's been weaponized as much as everything else I've mentioned been weaponized in life for Black folks. Dinah's mentioned Africa, and we are very interested in hearing from people who are from an African nation about how they handled it and how they handle things with child support. I do have some stats actually on it, Dynast, dealing with the support system, even in Nigeria. Let me see here. See if I can pull this up right here. Nigeria, it states that I'll tell you where to go. It's called theconversation.com. Conversation.com dealt with a customary law in Nigeria favors men over children in custody cases. And it is theconversation.com. And you can go there, you can see they're speaking on customary law in Nigeria favors men over children in custody cases. I'm not going to read it to you. You can pull it up, theconversation.com. They're saying, but they're speaking of more in divorce. That traditional Nigerian tradition customarily would give the child or would favor the father. So I want to hear from some people from Nigeria about that. Is that the custom? Do you know that to be the custom? Now, the custom is different when you practice Christianity or Islam, I'm sure. Because a lot of things, a big thing about this child support thing is this. Why is it here? If you have a religious book that says what to do with your child during a divorce or if you didn't get married. First of all, if you're Christian, your religious book says do not have sex out of wedlock, so you shouldn't even have children out of wedlock if you're Christian. I ain't here to judge you, just saying what it says. If you're a Muslim, it says the same thing. If you're Hebrew, it says the same thing. If you practice African spirituality, someone come on and tell us more about it. I can tell you what I've learned about it, but just following your books are supposed to be the will of your creator. Muslims who follow Allah, you have a book. In the Quran, it states that when you have a child and you divorce, it states the reason for divorce, which is usually cheating. And then it states that the child up until the age of 2 should always be given to the woman because the child is suckling or is pretty much breastfeeding. It says then up until the age of 7. After that, and that's a maybe. But after that, it says goes to the father. So if you practice Islam and you put somebody on child support, I mean, the system is here. You have a belief system, yet the court system is overtaking your belief system. And I'm trying to figure out, dear Christians, dear Muslims, dear Hebrews, how is child support here? And the fact that it's here is weaponized. If you read, child support law comes from Title 4D of the Social Security Act, actually. Title 4D. A lot of people see it as IVD because it's Roman numerals, but it's 4D. Title 4D. Every taxpayer pays child support in America. Every taxpayer pays child support in America. What does that mean? If a father or mother is paying child support, they've already paid for the system. If they're working, they've already paid for the child support system to even be here. So they're paying again. Y'all want me to repeat that? Let me do so. Title 4D is funded by your FICA, your Social Security. If you're like myself, who's been working for a system since you were 13 and plus years, you've been paying for the system that became child support, as well as that money also goes to Section 8. You've been paying for that system before you even got on it. So once you get on it, not only are they still taking the FICA, but they're taking more of your funds. And now it's balancing out to where males and females are paying child support. But do not forget that Title 4D and some of the state laws allows the state to get a percentage of what you're paying for child support.
Complex, what do you think about this comment on the screen?
Child support incentives women to destroy their families. African men, please do be that, or please do not be that dumb. Hold your families together by any means. I mean, I agree. I want somebody to come on and tell us where child support has just done them well. Like where child support has really just paid for everything for their children, didn't cause dissension between them and their significant other. Because for dear Christians, the Song of Solomon in the Bible has a book where Solomon has 2 women and they come in arguing over a child. And Solomon said, bring the boy to the royal court. Cut the boy in half. One of the mothers, it was two women. One of the women said, no. She can keep the child. King Solomon, the Bible said, take that child and give that child to her. She is the mother. And so I used that formula when I was fighting with the system in child support. That formula made me realize, the power's in your hand before you even have to go to any court, royal court, city court, citizen court, whatever court. The power's in your hand before you go there, between you and that person to work out. The Constitution does not protect that. The Constitution calls it an inalienable right. So what I think about that comment is, somebody come and tell us how it's just done the Black community the best way. What have we gone since child support?
Free game. Go ahead and answer that question. Free game. Go ahead.
You can hear me?
We hear you. Go ahead.
So I've been doing a lot of research on child support in family court because my kids was taken. So now I got them back because I got on the offensive and became basically my own lawyer. So Tuesday I get my kids back. They've been gone for like 3 months. So I've been doing the research. Child support in family court is basically illegal. They have no right to tell you what to do with your kids. The reason why it's illegal is because it's non-constitutional in all family courts. So if you're non-constitutional, what law you following? That's an opinion at this point. So if it's non-constitutional, why I gotta follow it? So basically, what a lot of men do is they stay in family court in the district instead of appealing to go to the Supreme Court. So you keep on appealing the judge because for instance, if a woman take your child, that automatically breaks the First Amendment law, the freedom of speech. I have the freedom to speak to my child anytime I want to, because the child cannot make a decision on their own. The fourth amendment, I have the right to live my life without government interference. Basically, what he just said was the government getting paid from child support. That's illegal. You cannot do that. That is 100% illegal. Another thing is, another rule they break in family law, if you want to play a game, is every parent should have to have a fitness hearing, meaning you have to prove me unfit before you rule anything with my child. Second thing is, every person have a right to a what is called a jury trial, meaning you cannot even hold court without a trial in there. So a lot of the times these courts get so nasty with them lawyers because basically family court is proving who's the most filthiest person, which breaks the laws because you have a right to privacy. You haven't committed a crime, right? So the family court lawyers are basically doing illegal business, breaking up the family because they say so. You can't tell me what to do with my child.
Free game. Let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Did you go to the Supreme Court?
I didn't have to. I know some white people that did, and when they got to the Supreme Court already got the rules in the court that you cannot interfere unless you're deemed unfit. That means even if you have a criminal record, it says in the Constitution that the child cannot suffer the sins of the parent. So you can't just interfere with the child parent relationship. But the family court is a non-constitutional court. So basically, if you go by their law, they can do anything.
So, Free Game, what made you study, so hard? So you won custody. Is that what you're saying?
Well, basically, what I did was I played their game. She don't know the law. You know what I mean? She don't know the law. And if she got a lawyer, I was going to play the constitutional game. So guess what? She agreed to do a parenting plan, a 50-50 parenting plan. Tuesday, we just going to go do the parenting plan.
But couldn't that plan have been done privately between you and her before a court was even involved?
That's what I told her.
So, Dynast, in a Free Game, I know a woman that actually offered a man, and I was like, man, I wish it was offered to me back in the day. They actually offered a man a private contract. She was in my class, AD Academies. Y'all can find me at adacademies.com. She was in my class. She actually offered this man a private contract to keep him off of child support because she figured it was just send him to jail, drain his money when he could just take care of his children. She offered him a private contract, and the man told her no.
What's
that about?
The man told well, he probably was thinking like, oh, she's gonna try to do what she wants, and she's not, quote unquote, legally bound to this contract.
So, but Free Game, you studied the law, and the pressures of child support to make a man study the law till he goes beyond child support. That's what in college I took law classes, but that child support system really made me get into law way more in Constitution. Can you agree, Free Game?
Yes, man. It'll keep you up all night. I'm gonna give y'all a book recommendation when I get up real quick. I'm gonna show you how to book to go get and read. Basically breaking down how the whole family. If y'all go look at it's a documentary. Even the lawyers are saying the family court is illegal. You know what I mean? The lawyers came out with it. Golly, let me hold on real quick. Let me look it up.
Well, while you looking it up, Free Game.
Hey, well, one second there, Free Game. You're starting to crackle a little bit. You're starting to crackle, guys. Do me a favor, guys. Hit the like button again, please. Hit that like button once again. Hit that like button. All right, go ahead.
I'm still crackling.
You see that one, Free Game?
Okay.
This is one of the best books anybody can get in their lives for law. I put this in my class for law and civics. This is one of the best books. It's called A Fraternity: Lawyers and Judges in Collusion. It's not just about child support. It's about the system. And this is a Supreme Court judge that wrote it. He's passed away, John Fitzgerald Motley. He had stomach cancer, so he decided to drop a bomb on the court system. He did the case, the right to bear. I mean, when police say to you, you have the right to remain silent, Miranda rights. He was one of the judges that dealt with that case in Arizona. Before he passed away from stomach cancer, he did a whole tell-all. And I don't know why this book is not the super bestseller in the world.
Yeah.
Because he talked about how his father was an attorney and the judge. His grandfather was an attorney and the judge. He talked about the whole system. So Dice's question is, can the system be weaponized? This judge wrote this book telling you it is. Go ahead, Free Game.
Yeah, that's the book right here. It's called, y'all can see it?
Yep. Not in the child's best interest?
Yeah. The people got a YouTube channel as well. And basically just type in child support, custody battles breaks, First Amendment Constitution. And they'll pull up. There's a white guy, but I talked to him. He a cool dude, but man, I did so much research, man, and you'll get people time to time that'll drop a bomb on the family court system and show you, basically how to do it. Now, I do have advice for men that don't know how to operate law. But if you don't know how to operate law, man, do not get married or do not have kids like I did. Like I did. If you don't know law, don't get married. You know what I mean? Especially with marriage, bro. They are putting that stuff's so illegal, man. It's so crazy, man. The government cannot take your child, or they cannot take your money simply because you agreed to marry somebody. That is illegal. That is illegal.
They're not supposed to take your child, bro. But I mean, I don't use the word cannot when I teach people anymore because they do it. I don't even use the word cannot, what they can't do anymore. I say what they shouldn't do.
Yeah.
Until you prove they're doing wrong. As far as the marriages go, I've dealt with people who had to deal with that in my classes. And man, that's a whole nother thing. So the thing is this with the Constitution. The rights to raise your own children is supposed to be part of your freedom of religion, and it's supposed to be undeniable and inalienable. But they put a clause in the Constitution called the Commerce Clause. The Commerce Clause of the United States Constitution states that all things dealing with money or commerce falls under Congress. So they call themselves using the Commerce Clause, then making lower courts that are really not Article 3 courts, I would say, which is the actual Article 3 of the United States Constitution that actually tells you what makes a judge. So we sat here, we all went to class, and most of us for grammar school and high school had to take the Constitution as a test. But now, as an adult, you see how serious it is. Or when you're on child support, whether male or female, it gets more serious for you because child support is one of the most oppressive systems. Whether you think jail is something, child support will hold on to you for so long, up to about 24 years.
Yeah.
If you don't learn to fight back, if you don't know the law, if you don't know just the Constitution, that thing will be a nail in your hands and feet, and you'll be nailed to the cross.
And one thing I can say as well is, if a man know how to practice law, by himself without an attorney, you can just go back and back and back until they break. You know what I mean? No, a judge will eventually give in to the parent that's keep having the persistence to go after their child. You know what I mean? A lot of those people will give you even pointers. They'll be like, "Hey, you need to do this. You need to do that." You know what I mean? Because a lot of them know what's up, but a lot of men just go in there, they bend over, and they take it, and then they put a stamp on it. Next, go in there, bend over. Next, you know what I mean? And that is the most vulnerable, because as a man, we always brought law. You know what I mean? The Africans, they always brought law, you know what I mean, to control the woman. You know what I mean? And we have, as men, we have to play that game back on them. Like, for instance, they're trying to do child support for a unborn child, right? Well, that automatic, that's
but free game. What if the child's not yours?
That already breaks the law, because the man is not you can't be the biological or the legal father until the child is born. You have to sign something first. So how am I the father? Because what the state do, they assume fatherhood. They assume that you're the father, especially if you marry. So basically, if you get a woman pregnant, if a woman get pregnant, it is not yours in a marriage, you automatically the father, which is illegal, right? but if you single, you're not the biological father or the legal father until you sign that birth certificate. In some states like Georgia, you have to become the legal father through the court.
Okay, but you know you can speak on the other thing that's different. If the woman is on public assistance and she signs up for that, she reads the form, voluntary acknowledgement of paternity. She reads the forms of that she signs to get on public assistance. The forms actually say, and I wish I could share this on my screen. I actually have a VAP form and a form to sign up. The form actually says that the state has a right to your child, mothers, for you to know. When you use them in your defense for child support, the state feels that it has a right to step in on your child whenever it wants. And for fellas, when you sign a birth certificate, they sneak you a form called Voluntary Acknowledgement of Paternity, the VAP form, VAP. On that form, it states that the state has a right to step in on you and that you are the father, whether or not the DNA test comes back if you sign it. It's a contract. And you only have 2 years to get out of that contract. But what the hospital's supposed to do is to let you know what it is and what's in it, but they don't do that, which is a way to fight, but that'll be a whole nother lesson. And like I said, I'm at adacademies.com. You can email me and I can discuss more, and I'm not going to charge you. I'll just try to help as many people as I can with just the knowledge, if you're willing to get the knowledge. So Ken Allen, I'll put the title of the book, The Fraternity, Lawyers and Judges in Collusion by John Fitzgerald Molly. Diana, somebody in your chat is asking for the title of the book.
Okay, yeah, just put the book back up. Yeah, the fraternity.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it right there. Go ahead. Hey, but go ahead.
The fraternity.
Go ahead, Black Lion. Go ahead, Black Lion.
Hold on. By who? What's his name?
John Fitzgerald Molly.
Okay.
Deceased judge.
Okay.
All right, go ahead, Black Lion.
Okay. Thank you very much. Hey guys, how you doing? And what the brother Free Game was talking about, yeah, it's I don't have any children to let you know, but I heard so many of the issues of what my friends and family when they go to, because a lot of my homies, they have kids by women they don't like or anything, and especially some of my family members, and I heard the stories. It is bad, and these are not Pookies and Ray brothers. These are good, decent brothers who just have decent jobs. It happened like it just mega girl, and then just everything else fell apart. But the sad problem is like Mr. Complex said, he is absolutely right. The law is, and the thing is, these laws are pretty corrupt. They are not in men's favors. Because I think I remember talking to during my college years, we were talking about business. We're in a business class, and one of the subjects came out about pretty much child support, marriage, and money. And my teacher, he was a white dude. He used to be a lawyer for corporate America. And he told us stuff that wasn't even in the textbooks about the laws, about how like what's complex is that not in our favor. And he said, "It's like, listen." He asked us first, "How many plan to get married?" A lot of us raised our hand. He said, "Okay, how many guys have children right now?" Half raised their hand. And then said, "Okay, how many guys have children but you're not married?" And then less than half raised their hand. He's like, "Okay, good." Because one thing in the 21st century in America, don't ever have children. Not for a long time. And a lot of us question why. And he said the problem is like one thing because the laws are not logical are not logical when it comes to marriage or children. They are in the woman's favor. He said, like, if you ever plan to get married or have a child, married or not, get married in a state and or country where it's more in the man's favor. And he was serious about this. Do it when the man has most of the power. He said, sad to say this, he said, same thing for marriage. No different. Have everything in your name, everything in your title. You can't have any form of control. He says, and I only tell you this because the sad part, he said, like the laws are not in no man's favor. He said, it's like on a scale, on a scale 1 to 10, where men win and comes to child support or marriage, is literally less than 1%. And that only because those men have the money and he had the resources and the good lawyers. You can't you say you damn no have no chance of winning. He said, I'm being brutally honest. Don't get married and don't have children unless you got the advantage. And the sad part is, and I asked him behind closed doors, of course, because I want to be offensive to anybody. And I asked him, so why did you tell it? Why you tell us this personally? He said, or why they allowed this? He told me, listen, the law is not logical. There's too much money and shit. Like, what's child support in marriage? He said there's too much money involved when it comes to this form of dysfunction. He asked me, let me ask you this. Why do you think this country doesn't promote marriage anymore? Why do you think it doesn't promote a happy, loving family? He said where I'm from, and he was what? He told me inside, like, a lot of attorneys and politicians found out there was more money in divorce and child support they can ever get out of marriage or anything else.
Black Lion, can I piggyback off your statement? You see how some states have made marijuana legal, right?
Yes.
First it was illegal, just like, they didn't want their hands in child support until they saw the money. When you see the money,
yes,
don't everything become like a big thing all of a sudden to this government?
Oh, yes. And like, oh yeah, you're not wrong. It's like this is the only time I agree with the sister Candace Owens. One thing she just said about, we used to be an era of Family Matter. Now we're in an era of Housewives of Atlanta. And I had to agree with her, like, yeah. And the sad part is when he told me, they said, look at the promotion. This country does not promote family anymore. And like he said, like, it is too much money involved. He says, so are they ever going to change the laws? He says, no. He said, unless there's a real economic issue as to why these laws ain't working anymore, that's when they'll change it. He said, I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm not trying to scare anybody, but this is the reality, especially for men. If you really want to do this, you got to play, and she has to play in your game. You have to be the control. And the sad reality is, unless you have the resources to fight it, because he said, well, you only need good money, resources, lawyer, and a good judge.
It's no such thing as resources to fight it. You can pay $100,000 and still get your butt handed to you, because only thing they gotta do is take your money, because in family court is legal for the lawyers to give judges money off the case.
No, exactly. So it's a rarity. It's a very powerful rarity. It's possible, but it's damn near 99%. You won't make it.
You have to tell your lawyer what to say, and if you don't tell them what to say, then
they gonna dick you around, because they get paid. The longer you stay on that case, the more they get paid.
And you got to make sure that he don't know the judge. If he knows the judge, he's not going to tell you. He's not going to tell you. Tell the judge what you want him to say. So, but then if he does that, you write a demand letter to his ass and give all your money back. You know what I mean? But they're not. Huh?
No.
You say what?
No, finish.
Oh yeah. So basically, you have to know the law yourself. You cannot rely off why you think all these celebrities lose still in custody family court cases? It don't matter how much money you have. It's not hard to beat that woman in family court. They just want you to lose because you got the most money. You know what I mean? She's going to get everything paid for. She's going to have a appointed legal aid lawyer and still win, while you up here paying $10,000.
Oh no, you're not wrong at all. It's like you're not wrong at all. You actually hit the nail on the head. I agree with that. It's very true. It's like that. It's an old American classic show. He mentioned this. Like, he mentioned the show, the classic 2.5 Men, the classic show, American icon. And one of the main characters with particular was John Cryer, who played Alan Harper. And the majority of the series, he was living with his brother, who was a match playboy, who was single, had no kids, nothing. He was living his playboy life, but he was married. Then he got divorced, and then every episode, almost every episode, he was always complaining. He lost his house. He lost most of the joy of the custody as he only gets his kid on weekends. He had to pay alimony and child support. And the sad part is each episode is funny, but once you look at it as if you're in that position when you get older and you see the reality, that show's pretty sad, because he looked emasculated. He was sad. He was depressed. he was weak. He was too codependent for his brother. And when you see that show now as an adult, it really psychologically destroyed him. And the sad part is that's when he pointed out. He said, "Everybody thinks that show was funny." No, that's he told himself. Everybody thinks that show is funny.
Black Lion.
The humor.
Black Lion.
Yes.
Gina G in Dynas's comments said, "Be more responsible with our opinions. That us men should be more responsible with our opinions, meaning our penile irresponsibilities is what got us on child support or got us in the system with it, or I'm guessing that's what
she not wrong. She not wrong. She not wrong and she not lying. She telling the truth. We be out here smashing everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm guilty of it. Everybody guilty of it. And sometimes we throw the dick on the roulette wheel, and we throw the dick on the dice table, and we end up crapping out. And then we looking at the looks, and we want to hit the chick that all other dudes want that they can't get, and then it doesn't work out for us. And then we say, yo, we're the victim. We're the victim. Well, you are a victim in a way, but you're a victim of your own lack of self-control. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not preaching down to nobody. I've been there, bro. You know what I'm saying? We all ran up in something raw. We know we didn't have no business hitting, right? But some of us just got caught. Some of y'all pull-out game wasn't strong. The thing is, it's just like a woman sleeping with a man after the club. Then she get pregnant by him and say, oh, he a bum. He don't take care of his kid. The first thing we gonna say is, yo, you shouldn't have laid up with a dude that you just met in the club and let him hit it raw on the first night. And many, many men are in the same type of situation. But then we make it seem like every man is coming from this angle of, oh, I was in a loving marriage and my wife decided she was bored and she wanted to run around with Pookie or run around with Fabio or whatever. And then next thing you know, she was putting me on alimony. It doesn't work like that 90% of the time. There are some people who just shouldn't have kids together. You know what I'm saying? But a woman get pregnant, and you know, a lot of women, they think, oh, I'm gonna get an abortion. Then they feel like, yo, I can't, I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Women want to have kids. So when they get pregnant, even when they talk about getting an abortion, 9 times out of 10, they ain't gonna get one because Dinah's got a baby and he probably know just like I do. They gonna make 1,000 changes of their mind from the time they get pregnant to the time they have that baby. The first month, I'm gonna get an abortion. Next month, I'm keeping it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like that. They don't know what the hell they want to do. That's why they need you to tell them what to do. But the
Jabali, let me ask you a question.
It's true.
Jabali, let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
What about the guy that went to college? He had a girlfriend steady that he met there. He fell in love, and they were together for some years, and they had a child. He wasn't throwing his penis in every woman. He was with that one woman. But then he finds out later that one woman went on what he was on. What about him?
Yeah, but the thing is, how long do you need to lay up with a woman and run up in her before you realize that y'all not on the same page? I could sit across the table from somebody for 10 minutes and realize, yo, we not on the same page. So you got to decide what you're doing. Is we building something, or is we just out here having fun? And if you just out here having fun, you better make sure you keep your soldier with his helmet. You put a helmet on that soldier. If you're not gonna do that,
woman act like she was building something with you.
Nah, but you're gonna know. Y'all gonna talk Dynas. You the only person I feel like I can relate to on these panels. Dynas, you know pretty clearly. You understand when a woman really trying to build something when she's not, right or wrong, Dynas?
Yes and no, because some will play the role, and then once they get what they want, then all of a sudden they'll flip on you.
Hey, but if they playing the role, they doing their job, right? If she pretending, she's still doing everything she got to do to pretend. But that's why people need to sit down and talk about their goals. Though. You laid up with a girl who want to be a traveling nurse, and you work for the trash department. You can't go no damn where. So do you want your wife going every night, 3-4 months at a time? You know y'all own divergent courses. But instead of being like, yo, we need to make the tough decision and just keep this thing, on a level. Nah, we want it, and we don't want nobody else to have it. So we say, oh, we'll just come to that bridge. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. No, you have to plan your life. College was the time for having fun, promiscuity, because she wasn't trying to have no baby. You wasn't trying to have no baby. A lot of us try to carry the same college mindset into adulthood. You can't be doing that, bro. you know, once you get 25, you know what I'm saying, you got to start, you know, tapering it off, you know, figuring out what you want to do with yourself. But we don't do that. We got dudes 35 years old who thinking like they 15. One of the biggest takeaways I have for Kevin Samuels, may he rest in peace. But one of the things I could not understand the logic of Kevin Samuels on was when he used to tell black men who were 50 years old to go get them a woman that's 20 years younger than them. He used to be like, go get you a woman there. Men want youth. Men want that. Bro, what are you talking about? What are you're basically you're telling your man to go, hey, go out there and put yourself in an early grave. Have you actually dealt with women who are 20 years old, 21, 22, 23? They'll drive your ass up a wall. The way they think, the way they act. But we got a whole generation of black men that don't nobody really want their ass like that. Talking about, yeah, I'm gonna go get me a young woman, yeah, so she could use you like an ATM, go out and sleep with dudes her age. We want to go to club. You're gonna be having the most frivolous ass arguments you could ever imagine. But we out there thinking, yeah, we divesting from these 35-year-old black chicks to go with these 25-year-old black chicks. We just have a self-destructive type of approach to damn near everything, and then wonder why we keep losing. Even with child support. Child support is mostly just visitation. You know what I'm saying? If you do what you're supposed to do, show up to the court dates, go mediate your visitation before she gets you in front of the judge, and you talk about, but I bought Pampers, I got receipts. You pretty much can work that thing out 50-50. You get the kid half the week, or she get the kid half the week, or you keep the kid during the summer and on holidays and stuff. That shit works out to mostly 50-50. And a lot of times you won't even have to pay nothing for child support, just a little bit, if anything. I got a friend, I keep telling him to hop up here, Dynas. That dude straight up schooled me on child support and how to properly go through the procedures to where you don't really got to pay nothing.
Well, I see a sister on the panel, so I'm
Saliba, go ahead and unmute yourself, Saiba.
Hey, salam, Dynas. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes.
So this is a really good topic. I have been on this panel before. I am from Sudan, which is in East Africa, and I just find it like here in the United States, like the topic of child support and like where we come from, regardless if the woman is like if the couple is divorced or separated or they were married, not married, like it's in my culture, it's like a shame of, oh, you're not responsible for the kid. Just like how they tell us girls, be careful of your choice of men when you want to procreate, when you want to come to marriage. Also, in my culture, they always tell the men, be wise about your choice, who's going to be your wife. Of course, you can't really predict because people might change for the worse later in the future, right? And another thing is that before slavery, slavery in the United States, African culture is a family kind of structure. And it's just strange to me, like, why does the court has to make it a law for a man or the parents to take care of the child? Why can it be natural from within your heart, within your soul, within your African roots? You know, it's just kind of weird to me here in America. Sorry.
These dudes don't want to take care of their kids. That's what it all boiled down to. They don't want to, if they can't get the pussy, they not trying to pay for the kids. And we as black men, Dynas, you can attest to this. Tell me you don't know black men like that who don't want to take care of their kids unless they get to screw the mama, right or wrong.
I don't know any like that.
I know some. I know some Debbie, but what? I want to correct.
Yeah, but see, you from East Side, Insane Crip, so you know.
I'm from the worst.
Yeah. So that's different. I don't know.
Dynas, we ain't no good out here. I'm gonna tell them straight up, don't have a baby by nobody from Long Beach because we ain't no good. But I want to correct the misconception. We always associate the dysfunction of Black America with slavery, but the reality is 95% of all children who grew up in slavery grew up in a two-parent household with their mom and their daddy. So slavery did not break up the black family. It didn't. Most of the times they kept the families intact because that made people more willing to go out and work and stuff. So that's not true. That's just a myth. Slavery damn near had perpetuated the black family because the more kids they got, that's the more free labor your ass got. Cool, they having 3 kids a year. Like, you can't have 3 kids a year, but you know what I mean.
Thank you.
Uh,
I understand. Thank you.
I also
Hey.
want to add to the conversation about like when we talk about the child support issue. The sad reality is, I think I told Diane the story before, but sad reality is the child support and all the corrupt laws for men. They're in Canada, it's a lot worse compared to America. Like I told Diane the story before. Like it was Bill Maher talking to Joe Rogan on his platform, and they were talking about the Institute of Marriage and Child Support. I think Bill Maher mentioned one time when he was a white dude in Canada. He was a surgeon. The wife got divorced. They broke up. See, and we all know how expensive it is in Canada. He has such a hard time paying child support because his ex-wife owned everything on top of what they have. He has such a hard time going to child support. He literally had to go to jail every other week because he couldn't make the payments because they started increasing. And he was a surgeon. He's like, and the only time he was let out was during his surgical rounds, legally. That was the only time he was allowed to practice. He said that the thing is that he was getting so frustrated. He was going in jail. He was paying the child support, but he couldn't catch up. But at the same time, he was in jail like every other week because he can't, or every couple of times he couldn't make the payments, and it was affecting his practice. It was so bad for him. He pretty much got so frustrated and psychologically depressed and angry. He literally defected from Canada and became an American citizen, and pretty much sadly abandoned his children because he couldn't take the laws that were happening he couldn't take the laws that were destroying his practice and his life. He was so pushed to that because the laws were in his ex-wife's favor, and this was a well-to-do surgeon. So, like, I agree, self-control for men is very necessary, very. But honestly, that's only half the battle, because a lot of men in my generation, we are like we're our state, like we heard from Canvas Sounds or Coach Greg Allen or any man that says don't get married to, like my teacher taught us. A lot of men are doing this. However, this can destroy us in the long run too. Like my teacher said, unless there's no profit coming in, unless the profit of breaking up the family stops, the laws are going to keep going. Because now, like say we all meet a decent woman, she might be great. We can't marry her or have a kid with her, and she's like, "Why can't we get married? Why can't we have a kid?" It's not that I don't trust you, but the laws are in my favor. Shit goes down. I got to protect
that basically means you don't trust her, though. So you need to be honest. Like, look, because I don't trust that you're not going to use the law to abuse me. But I don't understand how y'all meet a woman and she the one, and y'all feeling like, yo, she like. What type of women y'all deal with? Like, even my wife, like, I remember when we was young, like 21 years old, there was times when I'd be hustling or doing something crazy, and I'd tell my wife, like, yo, how much you get paid this week? She wasn't my wife either. She was just my girlfriend. She like, oh, I made like $300, $500 or something. I'd be like, I need to have all that money because I got to do something. Bro, she never argued. Here, give it to me. No problem. Like, when you got a woman like that, like, you could see she's not here to tear you down. She's here to help you as much as she can. The problem is we get in there, you know what I'm saying, coochie be good, you know what I'm saying, she could make a mean bowl of oxtails, and we start equating that shit to love. Oh, she a ride or die. No, she a opportunist who could cook and make love. You know, we gotta really make sure the woman is for us, man. You know, you test your woman out.
No, you're not wrong at all. All I'm saying is, like my teacher told us, like, if you're ever gonna make this kind of decisions, if you ever do kind of these issues, go to like he said, he told us, go to a state or a country where you have the most power. He said it doesn't matter about love or you can trust her. You have, because the one thing he told me personally, he's like, no, as men, the women always change, especially in these systems in this era. Women always change their minds. They can go back and forth. They can use it to be vengeful. They can use it for certain ways. So he said, go to a country or state where you got majority of the power and control. Because at the end of the day,
just go. But think about this, because I think the same thing about Africa, right? But when you talk about go to another country, you can control stuff, right? Hey, Diamond, can you post the links on my homie Papa, this guy who told me about child support and stuff? Thank you. But yeah, you could get over there and start tripping, and she being killed your ass or had her family get you. That happens all the time.
You can get killed here. Hey, listen, you can get killed here in America too. So I mean, that's
no. But what I'm saying is, when you do so, see, this is the thing about men, bro. We not admitting the truth about us, bro. When we get mad, we be cold blooded as hell sometimes. Men are like that, bro. I got a lot of uncles and stuff. They screwed their wives over. My uncle Big, he's still alive, but he's not doing too good. Man, this dude married a white woman, right, Dennis? This dude had her transfer all her stuff in his name, and then divorced her ass and married another lady who lived in California. He moved to Wyoming, married this white lady. She transferred everything into his name, just trying to be that supportive wife and, submit to the man and stuff. And soon as she transferred everything, that dude divorced her, bro, and kept everything she had. And first, he didn't even divorce her. He left her first, and then he sold everything because it was in his name. Then they got a divorce, and she ended up not even getting nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying I feel sorry for her or nothing like that. But what I'm saying is, we out here doing shit too. You know what I'm saying? We acting like, oh, we're just the innocent lamb.
But
Some
where does
of
it
us
come
are.
from, though? Jabali, what I'm trying to say to you all, it comes from this society we're in. So we up here talking like, okay, no woman is tricky, no man is tricky. We ain't taught this way by this society. Like, we ain't seeing the marriages in the society go down. Like, we ain't know that the slave owners was raping ancestors. And we sitting there ignoring, although it's not the reason. I'm not saying that. It's not the excuse. I'm not saying that. The bigger thing is most people here are following them. Y'all following the European ways, European society ways, and that's what's getting everybody into all of this. That's not the natural way we act. You had an African sister sitting right here where we could have questioned her and asked her, why is your culture different? Why does your culture not have child support that way? Because we live in a culture that is not ours. We was born into a war we did not choose. We all are in a war. If you say you're not, you're a dumbass. We were born into a war we don't choose. Whether it's child support coming at us, whether it's drug laws. Look how much the marriages declined from 1980 because so many black men were arrested. How many women didn't want to get married and couldn't get married since the 80s? The 60s free love to the 80s had put black relationships and families in so much of a strain, and there's statistics on this at the census.gov. From
Complex.
60s to 80s, we have taken the most brunt. And that, as Daddy said on last show, we were intact up until integration, 60s, free love, 60s, feminism, 60s, neo-feminism, 70s.
Civil rights.
And we've been, and civil rights, yeah. And now we are where we are to where we looking at a less than 50% marriage statistic in America. Right in the Midwest has the worst marriage and relationship statistics I found out in the whole United States. The South has better marriage statistics and relationship statistics for blacks than the Midwest where I'm at. So when I just found out that kind of trouble and looking at the different statistics that I did want to discuss so people can look at the fact culture is a problem, especially when you have a white mind with a black face, an African face and a white mind. It puts you in these situations. And that's why I asked in the beginning, what guidance is everyone using in these gender wars, in this child support stuff? What happened to the Quran? What happened to the Bible? What happened to everything we were supposed to be guided by? What happened? Who's going to answer the question? And why are marriages in so-called third world countries, so-called, like Nigeria, Sierra Leone, their marriages and relationships are all more intact, even if there is cheating. I seen Dinah's last post where it said that Nigeria has the second rate of infidelity that you posted on that last show. Dinah, I believe you posted that. Even if it says that, this culture sucks for us, and it is killing our families. And can no one on here prove that?
Hey, Complex.
Hey, Brandon, let me do this. Let me pass it to Pardon My Presence because we're not going to be on here all night. So, Pardon My Presence, go ahead. Then I'll pass it to. I got some more people in the back. Go ahead.
Thanks, I appreciate it. I just want to say we have to stop comparing the everyday man to a celebrity or a basketball player or a rapper. There's a reason why those guys pay a lot more money than what the average man pays, because they can't be in the kids' lives equally like the mother can, and they're usually working and the breadwinner for the whole entire family. But for the everyday man, if you're with a woman and you guys are earning the exact same income or around the same ballpark income, and you were able to actually be in your child's life where you could take them to school, you could pick them up every day for school, take them to their extracurricular activities, you could get joint custody. The only time you may be able to get it is if you have a case against you. She takes out a restraining order against you, or you have some issue in that sense, or you guys were never together, where you guys live in separate houses, and at that point, it can be argued that you're not involved in your child's life. But if that's not the case, if you have a union or had a union, or you in a relationship with this particular woman, you could get 50-50 custody, and you won't have to pay an exorbitant amount of child support. In most cases, you pay next to nothing if you guys have similar income, and you could actually take care of your child just as much, as far as percentage wise, as the other person. So we got to stick to the facts. And what you guys need to realize is that all states, or all provinces, because I'm in Canada, all provinces and all states, they have their own rules, their own laws. You have to look at where you are, where you're located, and figure out the rules to understand exactly what you're dealing with. But it's not all the same for everyone. We should stop making blanket statements.
Amen. I agree with that, brother. What he said was truthful. Like we act like, oh, she want me to pay $1,000 a month or something. Like, it's not even like that. Come on, bro. I know a girl who got $50 a month in child support payments from a dude because he wasn't making much money and he wasn't involved in his kid's life at all. That dude was in college playing football. So, bro, you 100% right. But dudes get on here, oh, I'm a victim. Bro, if you got to pay $400 a month for your kid, stop acting like that's killing you if you don't even got to see your kid at all. Like, a lot of dudes don't want to be really involved with their kids like that. They got another girlfriend, something like that. She don't really want to interact with baby mama and shit. That's why you paying.
So, hip hop talk.
We can't hear you. Okay.
Okay, my bad. Hip hop talk. Go ahead, unmute yourself. Hip hop talk. We're terrific. Unmute yourself.
Can you hear me okay, Dynas?
Hear you fine. Go ahead. And guys, we're going to be on for like 15 more minutes.
Okay,
but we can always do a part 2 though. All right. And John Paul, I guess you're doing your lawn or something.
Oh no,
in the
watching
background.
the dog. My bad, bro.
Watch your dog. Okay, but go ahead, hip hop talk. You got a minute to talk to John Paul. Go ahead, hip hop talk.
He's trying to earn his child support money. First and foremost, shout out to Dynas and all the panel as well. And Brandon, I agree with Brandon on this. I agree with Brandon. For me, of course, I was able to pull it off on my own, but I think that no dollar should be used when it comes to raising the next generation. If you have the resources, if you're pulling together to create, to put into raising a healthy, balanced next generation human being, the goal is just to make certain that all their needs are met and more. So it makes sense to invest in the future. It's an investment. It's not, my money's here. Hey, this human being needs to be cared for properly, effectively, efficiently. And it doesn't matter who's going to pay. If someone says I'm the daddy, then I'm going to make sure that person is comfortable. The child and the mother, everyone, because you have to think about the mental state, the mental and emotional of these human beings. You want the next generation to be mentally, emotionally healthy. So if your money is being invested in the next human being, then you're doing God's work. All right, that's my 2.
No problem. Hey, John Paul, go ahead, John Paul.
Yo, what's good with it, bro?
Hear you loud and clear. Go ahead.
Okay. Shit. Brandon told me to jump on. I've been chopping it up with Brandon. Me and him go back to school. But I heard some useful stuff in this.
Hey, brother, is there any way you turn the water off?
Yeah, my fault.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, but he said some useful stuff in the video. On the live chat. It is pretty much based on your visitation with your child. Like if you married, then they do everything at once. But most people not getting married when they having their kids, and then people don't know. You think that you got a visitation order. Really, first thing they do is take you to the child support court. Then they give you like a blanket like little visitation order. You think you got some type of custody with your child, but really you don't. It's just based on the theoretical like what they put on paper. So if you're not married, you got to go back to the original court, and then you got to go file for visitation. So most people kind of get confused with that, and I fell into that myself and got behind. Just dug myself up out of it, but pretty much it's the same thing, bro. You could do it within a year and a half. You know, I dug a little hole because the interest was high as hell, and I was at a point where I was like, oh, you know, fuck this shit. No matter what I paid, never was enough on the rear balance. So I ended up, you know, getting up on my feelings, going back in there with a level head and fixing the situation. And I got more time with my children, and yeah, I'm actively involved, and can't nobody, you know, once you get your visitation, your real visitation, then, you know, can't nobody stop you from seeing your kids, and it's all up to you if you want to be involved in your kids' life. You're not gonna be paying an arm and a leg if you, like somebody said, if you got visitations with your children, or if you're trying to be actively involved. But if you're trying to do the bare minimum.
Hey, Complex, let me do this, Complex. Let me pass it to Black Opal Dream, and then I'll let you respond to everybody because we're going to close out after that. But Black Opal Dream, go ahead. Unmute yourself.
So I just wanted to say, I feel like if both parties are doing what they need to do for the kids, child support shouldn't be even in the picture or going to court. Because for me,
like
if I had
he
a child,
shouldn't have to give
what's that noise? Okay. If
Go ahead.
if both parents are doing what they need to do, then why do you need to go to court? I feel like it's always when one person's being petty, whether it's the man or whether it's the woman, that's when you take it to court. Because it's not like you automatically get into child support court. Like if both of y'all can get together and do what y'all need to do, even if one person makes less, do whatever you can, then why you gotta take somebody to court? And even if you're married and divorced, or because it's not only about picking, you can never really know how things are gonna end up. But I feel like when it comes down to it, if you have a child together, you should be able to put away your differences and raise your child, whether it's separate or in the same home. Because I've been in situations where, not personally, but I have a friend, she said her boyfriend, he pays child support and he preferred to go to court rather than just pay the amount, because in court they do it by what you make. So he ended up paying less in court because they made him pay like $125 a month rather than him just supporting the child directly. So I feel like it is sometimes both parties playing the court, and it's all about money. It's whether, like, if I can get more money or if I can pay less money. But it should be about taking care of the child. And if that's the case, then if both parties work together, it shouldn't be an issue. But I feel like the money is the issue, where people either want to get more or less, and that's the problem. And as for the cultural thing, I don't think it's like a white or black issue or a slavery issue. It's just like how it is. People want to be petty and people use it as a weapon. I've seen women who literally would not allow their child to see their father because they're mad or whatever they feel personally, or dads who would be like, I have my boyfriend's cousin, her baby daddy said like he don't want to come around if he not able to hit, and like that's how it really is. So I think it's individuals. It's not the system. It's just the system plays on you because they see that people be acting up so they can use it to their advantage. But I feel like it's individual people. So we need to stop blaming the courts or the government or white folks or slavery. It's on you, because there are people out there who have kids out of wedlock or in wedlock who are separated, who make it work and they're just fine. So I think both parties should just take responsibility at the end of the day.
So, Complex, go ahead and close this out, and you can respond to everybody. But go ahead and close this out.
All right. For John Paul, I want to know, when you said interest, did some of the interest go to the state?
Oh yeah, for sure it did. Yep.
So see, I'm not speaking about who precisely to blame, because there's always self-accountability that everybody's sharing. As somebody said in the audience, somebody said Brandon was talking about Pookie and Ray Ray. I can kind of agree, because there are upstanding people who are making money, going to college, or doing what they're supposed to do, that also gets caught into this. And this is why I'm saying culture, because this is not happening like that in Africa. They're trying to put it there So while we're trying to leave America to go to Africa, if we let them do that, we're going to be running to the same system that we thought we were getting away from. So I'm trying to give you all something to make you say, because that's what I'm here for. Make you say, Get the knowledge now. That's my Master P thing. So listen up. If they have better marriages, it's due to their culture. And that's why I was hoping someone from Africa got to speak longer to talk to us about what's happening with us so that we can see that our system and our culture and following their culture puts us in this. And most importantly, because they say black men don't protect black women. Anyone on this audience who is in North Carolina, I have a child support and custody involved thing where a sister from Chicago, Nakia Thomas, was put in CBS 17 in North Carolina, Whiteville area and Bladen County area. An innocent woman went down, and I'm showing you how the system is now flipping on women. This woman went down with a court order from Cook County, Chicago, to get her child that was taken from her when the child was 2. The child is now 7. The father and his girlfriend actually made up a lie and stated that the woman didn't have a certified court order, which she does have. It can be looked up as public information. And said that she tried to run the girl over. She doesn't drive. She doesn't have a license. She tried to run the girl over because the girl jumped on the car. And so this sister is locked up. The U.S. Marshals came to go collect this sister because this man didn't know how to act like a man and didn't have a guidance to follow. And him and his girlfriend made up a crime, but this sister's in jail. They gave her a co-defendant named Daquisha Raspberry. Don't mind the names. I ain't make them up. Raspberry was dropped off the case because she was never there, which should have showed the court and the sheriff in Whiteville, North Carolina, and Bladen County, North Carolina, that somebody lied, that those 2 people lied to keep the child. So now women, black women, are being locked up over child support arguments, over child custody argument from people using mental states that have nothing anchored in their religion, nothing anchored in their ancestors, nothing anchored in their history. And you can't tell me that this system and growing up in this country does not affect our minds and put us in a state like this, because we're not always like this. But this sister's in jail right now, and I'm seeking help to get the media out, to get our information out so they can see the proof. Because when I contacted the media that put out the bad story on her just based on the lie that was told, the media there didn't want to do a retraction when they let the other girl out, whom the boyfriend and the girl said was there, and they found out she wasn't there. This girl had, I think, 1 or 2 children. She was snatched from them by U.S. Marshals. And where did her children go? What's going to happen with her job? So don't ever say we don't protect black women, because I'm coming to you all now, Dynast, and thank you for having me on the panel. This is some of the things I do with my agency, Tamazight Temple, and the African Diaspora Academies. You can find me at AfricanDiasporaAcademy.com. And if anyone can help with any media coverage or anything to help this sister from Cook County who just went to go get her kidnapped child, who got a court order for custody and is now locked up just trying to go get her child, I would very much appreciate it. But this is the sickness. And so when you let this affect your men, because child support does not just affect men in America, it's now affecting women adversely. So if y'all don't watch it, if y'all just want to come here and talk and play, that's fine for y'all, but this ain't a playground for me. This ain't a playground for what I got to do for the people. So let's get together and let's do right. And you know, like I said earlier, what happened to following Islam? What happened to follow the laws of Hebrew? Because none of those laws have child support from the court. Child support is supposed to come from your spirit, your heart, and your ancestors. So, speaking on Black Panther 2, what kind of shit is this?
I can't agree
complex.
With you. Supposed to come from your
I'll
heart.
say this real quickly, Dynast. Give me 30 seconds.
Whatever
Whatever
you got
goes
30
on,
seconds. You're closing out. Go ahead. You got 30 seconds. Hurry up. Go ahead.
I appreciate it. Whatever goes on in the household of mom and dad, or in mom's and dad's household, or separate, whatever you do, I need y'all to be doing this. I need y'all to be drawing. I need y'all to make certain all those kids have a happy day, all day, every day, and they don't see adults' antics and behaviors and unpleasantries and no love. Only give the kids love, happiness. I don't care if you got to draw it, feel it, whatever it has to be. That's all in my household. I love to show the kids nothing but love and kindness and all the things that breaks down what a good person should be. Thanks, Dinus. I appreciate
you.
For sure. Hey, yeah. Go ahead.
Hey,
We got 10 seconds. We got to go. Go ahead.
If anybody needs information on how to learn law and civics, as I say, I teach it to the regular people. You can go to my YouTube site, NAS, N-A-S, Media, African Diaspora Academies. I have classes, free classes for you to help you with learning law from, one of your people, so it don't cost you anything. Go on there, check it out. I have the case that was won. So instead of just saying I know who won cases, I'll give you the cases. So again, it's Nas Media, African Diaspora Academies on YouTube. And you can also contact me at adacademies.com or info@adacademies.com. And I'm just here to help. And if you can help the sister in North Carolina, Nikea Thomas, please look into her case. If you have any media contacts you can send me, please do so. Thank you, Dinus.
No problem. Hey, everyone, thank you so much for joining. Like, share, subscribe. Until next time, family, Dinus Amir, search for Huru. Peace.
Peace, Vegas.